Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about one of the recent innovations introduced by WSO2. As you already know, WSO2 has been catering to API management, enterprise integration, and identity and access management space through their world-class products such as WSO2 API Manager, WSO2 Micro Integrator, and WSO2 Entity Server for last almost 18 years. Today we are not going to talk about the existing downloadable installable products. Today we are going to explore one of their new exciting SaaS application suite called Choreo. Choreo is a SaaS application suite which provides a bunch of SaaS applications to help organizations to become an API driven business. Let's explore what Choreo is and what are the different products or offerings in that and how to get started with them. As you can see here, Choreo has 5 main streams or service offerings, or you can call them as even products or different entry points for you to get the best out of the platform. So let's start with one of the familiar space for us. So Choreo API Manager provides complete API management capabilities, including bunch of new capabilities apart from the traditional API proxying capabilities. Choreo iPaaS is the other offering where they provide integration platform as a service to create and manage enterprise grade integrations and expose them as services. Choreo Cloud Native app development feature helps us to build, deploy, and monitor our cloud native applications and run them on the Kubernetes platform. Choreo DevOps again helps us to build on top of Kubernetes with the inbuilt security, reliability, observability, and governance. So you don't have to worry about them. And as you can see here, the Choreo internal developer platform combines the capabilities and services offered by these 4 different areas and add a lot more other capabilities in the area of cloud native application development. So all these provided as a software as a service where you can get started even now and start writing your code and not to worry about the underlying infrastructure, installation, configuration, maintenance, patching, and supporting them. WSO2 will take care of all of them for you, so you don't have to spend your time on figuring out how to support and how to maintain your solution. All what you have to do is spend your valuable time on figuring out how to solve your problem in hand. So let's go to Choreo API Manager service offering. So as you can see here, apart from traditional proxying capabilities, as you already know, most of the API management products today, they act as an API proxy where you can proxy your existing backend services and provide the rest of the quality of services on top of that. So apart from proxying, Choreo API management provides even the capability of creating the actual services and APIs. So you can use your own language, whatever the language you are familiar with, and you can start developing your services, and then you can proxy your service and you can follow any architectural style when you're creating your service. It could be synchronous, asynchronous, REST, GraphQL, or streaming, and more to come. And as you can see, we have the integration with GitHub So you can store your code within GitHub, link your GitHub repository, and maintain your source code in a centralized location, and let Choreo API management worry about exposing them as a service. And also, as you can see, we can also maintain multiple environments within Choreo API management, and we can even support multiple clouds. We can go for multi-cloud and multi-region deployments. So basically you can develop your APIs the way you want, supporting multiple environments and multiple regions. And we can also provide the sandbox capabilities just like our traditional API management products, and you can seamlessly migrate your API from development to staging to production. If you get started today with the free tier, you already have access to 2 environments, development and production, and you still have ability to get multiple environments with your enterprise license. And also you have advanced API access control as part of Choreo API management. So unlike the traditional API management where you have an inbuilt key manager, Choreo API manager supports integrating with multiple third-party identity providers. We have integrations with Asgardio. Asgardio is WSO2's SaaS offering for identity as a service. So starting with Asgardio, and then Microsoft, Okta, Auth0, Google, and there are many other identity providers you can connect with and get the advanced API security. And also, if you can see, there is an option called API Marketplace where you can introduce a concept called connectors. You can convert your services and APIs to a connector and publish them into a public marketplace, allowing other developers to reuse your integrations and APIs. And again, you can manage your APIs in your virtual private cloud. So currently we do support Azure, AWS, and we will be also supporting all the other popular cloud vendors, meaning you don't have to worry about the cloud vendor when you're deploying your APIs and integrations if you are building them on top of Choreo. So we will be deploying Choreo as a private data plane in the cloud vendor of your choice. And again, we have features like multiple teams management, multiple projects under the same team. So basically organization to teams to project hierarchy can be maintained with the rollback access control and the visibility control in place. And also there is a API first application development capability where you can use Choreo to mock your APIs and expose them, while the other developers spend their time designing the actual backend service using the Choreo platform. And you can use your familiar tools such as VS Code. So we do have VS Code extensions, and you can use any language to develop your integrations. And we do have our own programming language called Ballerina, which will leverage a lot of integration friendly language capabilities. So you can use Ballerina to write your integrations as well. And apart from that, there are a bunch of other traditional API management capabilities, as you can see here. So Choreo API management is traditional API management plus a lot of other capabilities on top of it, and you can get started quickly by signing up for Choreo API management. So let's look at the Choreo iPaaS capabilities. Again, as you can see, you can create your integrations either using WSO2's a traditional integration language called Synapse, or you can even use WSO2's latest programming language called Ballerina. And there is also a bunch of connectors already. We have more than 500 connectors already developed to support the integrations or connections to different applications and data easily and securely. And it's a developer friendly integration development platform where you can bring your friendly tools into the mix, such as GitHub, VS Code, and you can act as a professional developer rather than just going through the or limiting yourself to the existing capabilities. So as I explained earlier, so Ballerina is the world's only complete programming language designed to work or designed for network-oriented integration. So I would say network-friendly language engineered to the to develop the integrations. So we do have the first-class support for Ballerina. So your first choice should be Ballerina, but it doesn't limit you to Ballerina. So you can bring your own code as well. And so if you see, there's also a bunch of other capabilities listed here, and you can easily get started, and you can start from iPaaS service offering, and then you can develop your integrations and expose them as services via Choreo API management capabilities. And if you look at Choreo Cloud Native web development capabilities, so you can write your code in any language and push it to GitHub, and then you can go through the build, deploy pipeline, and Choreo will take care of providing the underlying infrastructure, automation, CI/CD pipelines for you to expedite your work. And also we do have integrations with identity and access management through Esgardio, so you can bring things like multi-factor authentication very easily with a set of configuration steps, so you don't have to worry about incorporating that into your application, and the platform will provide features such as identity management, authentication, authorization through Esgardio. So things like social logins and single sign-on, role-based access control are some of the other capabilities provided by the platform. And also we have support for GraphQL, REST, gRPC, WebSocket, webhooks. So these are different choices you have. And also, as you can see, we have built-in CI/CD pipelines to deploy the code across multiple environments with configuration and secret management capabilities, so you can easily push your work from one environment to another environment. We can basically spend that time for developing actual solution without worrying about setting these things. You can easily get Choreo to do that heavy lifting work for you, and you can expose your code as a secured APIs effortlessly through API management and cloud native capabilities integrations. Choreo API management already provide the full API lifecycle management, so you can use the same feature set with your cloud native development as well. And again, when it comes to running on Kubernetes, as developers now you don't have to worry about complicated YAML files, and you don't have to worry about the syntax and all that, maintaining different YAML configurations. So you get Choreo to give you that serverless experience, serverless feel, without having to learn about the cloud native landscape, without having to learn about Kubernetes in depth. So Choreo will give you all the Kubernetes capabilities behind the scene with simple abstractions. And again, it can be your choice of Kubernetes. It can be EKS, AKS, GKE, whatever you want to use behind the scene with the private data plane concept. And then we also have first class observability and the scalability, so you don't worry about for third party solutions to get the observability in place. And again, we have Ballerina, again a cloud native programming language. So you can basically use Ballerina to create service, consume them, and you can write your cloud native applications very easily using Ballerina language. Also, we have a cell-based architecture support, so you can get the project isolations with the cell-based architecture coming into the picture. So you can manage your work, not just the code. All the different network rules are applied automatically with the cell-based architecture in place. And let's look at what are the Choreo DevOps capabilities. So if you look at DevOps capabilities, we have options to run API services integrations on any private cloud, including AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, and I think in future we will also support any on-premise Kubernetes platforms as well, but these are the platforms we focus at the moment. And we provide enterprise grade CI/CD capabilities, as you can see here. And also we have Choreo integrations with all the different cloud native thousands of integrations built by the community for the cloud native development. And so these are some of the high level DevOps features in Choreo, and more to come. And also, if you look at Choreo internal developer platform, it's a full lifecycle cloud native application development platform, which allow you to create, deploy, and run APIs, integrations, microservices, and run them on Kubernetes. So basically, you can design modular, composable, scalable systems using all the different architectural best practices, and you will have the inbuilt security, governance, and observability in place through the platform. So you can use domain driven design, and also when it comes to development, we have an effective development workflow with Choreo's integrated tools. As you can see, we have the architecture and the code parity. So basically, you can work seamlessly with native tools like VS Code and GitHub, and you can get the efficient code management and collaboration as well. And also you can develop using any programming language of your choice, not only Ballerina, and you can bring the organization, project and team, a structured management also into the platform. And you can get the power of GitHub Actions into the Kubernetes deployment system, and you can revolutionize the way you build, test, and deploy code changes across multiple environments. And as you can see, you can also reuse all your existing integrations, the code, the logic that you have invested, by converting them into connectors and having them in a public marketplace, so that other developers can come and search for a compatible component or connector and start using them by exposing it as an API, as a service. And observability is built into the development platform, so you can get the performance predictions, anomaly detections, and you can use it for troubleshooting and debugging. And also you have the governance in place. So as you can see, most of these areas like governance, CI/CD automation, observability are the things you need to spend some time and set up. But with Choreo as an internal development platform, by just signing up, you can get all of them set up very easily and quickly without you worrying about creating different artifacts, components in any of the cloud platforms. So Choreo is a feature-rich platform for you to do your internal developments and to provide API management and to integrate, to develop your integrations and expose them as services, APIs, and to do your cloud native development, and also to get the first class DevOps experience without provisioning anything manually. And you can get all these features by just signing up to the platform. So think about you opening up a new cloud subscription, creating a new cloud subscription like Azure or AWS, and having to set up this complete set of features manually. So that requires a bunch of architects like integration architects, cloud solution architects, security architects, working together for many weeks and provisioning all the required artifacts and putting all these different components together and testing them for the accuracy and security. And you don't have to do all of that. You can just sign up and you can get the platform up and running very easily. So what you can do, you can get started. Again, there are different tiers. You can get started with the free tier. So you can always use your Gmail account or corporate account. So I have already used my corporate account to sign up. You may use your personal email account as well. So you'll be given access to free tier, and you can choose your profile, whether you want to do API management, whether you want to do iPaaS integrations, whether you want to do cloud native development or DevOps, or whether you want to get the complete internal development platform experience. So select whatever the profile you want to play around, and then you can you will be automatically put into your own organization, and you can create a new project, and you can use your free tier to play around with the platform. I hope you got the picture of the WSO2's latest addition to the family, Choreo. a complete platform, a set of SaaS applications which provides a SaaS application development, including cloud native, iPaaS, API management, DevOps. So feel free to sign up and play around, and I encourage you to join Choreo Discord channel as well. I will put the details into the description, and let's meet again, focusing some specific use cases. So I'm planning to walk you through these different profiles and show you few use cases on how to develop and how to make use of the platform. Have a nice day. See you again.